Hi, as most of you know, my family and friends, you know that I was scheduled to have my surgery tomorrow, Wednesday, May 13th. And you also know that I had to have a routine COVID-19 test on Friday, May 8th. I had a really good weekend with my family. Mother's Day was good. I went and saw my own mom and spent time with my girls. And yesterday, Monday the 11th, I woke up to a call on my phone that said that I had tested positive for COVID-19. And as you can assume, I was in complete shock. I absolutely had no idea. I did not expect to test positive at all. And the Department of Health was kind of confused as well, and they said this was kind of unusual for them because I was the first asymptomatic case that they have really dealt with, because typically people are coming into clinics or ERs, or their work is sending them out to get a test and because they are ill. And so it's kind of mind-boggling right now trying to figure out, what's going on, why am I testing positive, where might I have gotten it from, where I might have spread it to, or who I've been around and exposed it to. And so I spent an hour on the phone with the Department of Public Health, and we did some contact tracing. And many of you know that we do online services for our church, and there's usually just a small handful of us there. But unfortunately, this last Friday, we had our praise band there, so there were a total of probably 8 of us on stage, plus our pastor, plus the 4 people that were behind the scenes. I did not come in contact with everybody. I was near about 6 of them in total. The rest of them I stayed pretty much far away from. But I had to tell everybody's name, their age, their birthday, their address, and their phone number. And obviously I didn't know all of that stuff of everyone's, and so it was a very long phone call, because not only did I have to tell the people that I'd been around church on Friday when we recorded, but probably the last, they wanted to know back a couple weeks ago who I might have been within so many feet of here and there. And so I had to give names of, my family members that I may have been around unmasked, and a friend of mine had a death in the family who I grew up with, and they're like my family too, and I was around them, and you just don't think about the different people that you come into contact with until you really have to list it out and tell who you have possibly exposed. And so it was a really long process trying to sit and work through all of that. And then the next thing that was really disappointing to me was the fact that they told me I had to cancel my surgery, which I pretty much knew that was the case. But many of you know how long I've been suffering with a lot of my issues after my hysterectomy, and I've been in a lot of pain for a long time, so I was really looking forward to and needing this surgery. And so it has been canceled, and basically I was told that once I test negative, we can presume with surgery. I don't know when that will be. Some symptoms that I have had, I kind of chalked up to allergies or sinus related stuff. I have had, for the last couple weeks, I've had a runny nose. I've had a really bad headache that almost felt like it was in my sinuses or in my teeth. So I thought it was maybe a toothache or a sinus infection. I've also had a dry cough, but it felt more like a tickle in my throat. And so I just thought that it was just allergies, because the weather has been up and down. and all over the place. And so I just didn't put two and two together. It just didn't seem like it, but they told me that for the most part I was pretty asymptomatic. I was told I need to take my temperature 4 times a day. They will be calling me every day to check on my temperature. Cody and the girls have to have their temperatures taken 2 times a day, in the morning and at night. So I am technically supposed to be self-isolating in my home. The hard thing about that is Cody works 12-hour shifts 6 days a week, and our kids are still here, and it's really hard for me to not be around my kids and care for them and take care of them. So I know they are 8 and 10, and there's most things that they are able to do, but I can't make them fend for themselves every single day, all day long. And so one of the first things we did was they told us to go to the Test Iowa website, which we had already done, but we went on there again to try to get Cody and the girls a test. And even though we said that he was directly exposed to someone, I have kissed him, just this weekend, and they said he was not eligible. So we called the Test Iowa hotline. They still continued to tell us that our family wasn't eligible. We contacted a couple, I don't know if we contacted 1 or 2 CHI clinics, and they were extremely rude to Cody and told him, don't even try to come in. We are not going to test you. We are not referring you for a test. That's not how it works. You have no symptoms. So then we were told to go contact One World in Omaha. And so Cody did, and they said they are no longer testing for COVID-19. So I guess my big thing is, why are they telling Iowans that there's 3,000 tests available for anyone who may have been exposed or seems like they have symptoms, that they can get that test, and they're not letting people get the testing that need it? My kids and my husband probably have it because I have obviously loved and kissed on all of them, because as a mom, that's what you do. But it's just frustrating. It's super frustrating that my family can't get a test. And not that there's a lot you can do, because they're basically having me push fluids. They are having me just rest. They do want me to go outside once a day and take a long walk, but I was fearful that after people found out that it was me, that they would think badly of me if I went out and walked. So I just want to let you know, if you do see me out walking, I promise I will wear a mask. I am not contagious. I will stay far away from you. I'm just going to go on my little walk. I won't touch anything. The fresh air is supposed to do me good. So I did develop a new symptom when I woke up this morning, and I've had shortness of breath today. It kind of feels like I went for a brisk walk, and I'm just having like a hard time catching my breath, and I don't know if a lot of it is anxiety induced, because this whole thing has just like thrown a huge curveball in our lives. And now I have 25 people at least who are on watch from public health, because I've come in contact with them unmasked. My family, Cody's at work right now. He called his work and told them that he was exposed, and they, that he's essential. So he just goes to work and wears a mask, even though he's been exposed to me. So we just kind of feel defeated right now. And I was very good about wearing a mask. I wore it everywhere. So I feel like, we tried our best. I think there's probably a lot more people out there who are asymptomatic that don't know that they have COVID-19. It's been a really, excuse my language, it's been a really shitty last year. Between all of my stuff that I had back in September and October, my surgery, trying to heal from it, and then I've developed all these issues post-hysterectomy, and trying to deal with that and the pain and needing surgery, and then now it's canceled because I have COVID-19. Like, you don't think that it's going to happen to you until it does. And I'm just putting it out there. I'm being open with people so they don't have to sit there and share stuff on Facebook that, oh, a Carson person has it. It's me, okay? It's me. I have it. And I'm trying my best to self-isolate, not leave the house. I did yesterday. I did walk outside to get a little bit of fresh air. I'm really, really tired. I took a nap yesterday. I went to bed early, woke up early this morning because of a phone call from public health checking on my temperature. My temp is running about 99.9, and so they said that they won't be concerned until it hits about 100.4. The thing for me is I'm really scared. I don't know what will happen. I'm scared for the people that I may have exposed. And I hope that it passes quickly. I think they told me because I tested positive on Friday, they will go 14 days from Friday, and they will possibly set up another test for me as long as I don't have any more symptoms. And then if I test negative, and then I can get with Dr. Platt and we can set up another surgery. So that is in the making right now. My biggest deal is I had planned on having my surgery during this time off so I could continue working over the summer so I could make some money. And now it looks like my surgery will be pushed into the summer. So it's just, there's just been a wrench thrown in all of our plans. And so I guess right now what I want you to do, if I have anything to say about this, is there's people like me that have no idea that they have it and they're walking around. Please wear your mask. I know there's people complaining about wearing it. It's important. It's important to wear your mask because right now I'm scared because I have shortness of breath. I know a lot of it's probably from anxiety, but wear your mask and not only protect yourself, but to protect others. And don't degrade people who test positive for it, because most of us that test positive really did nothing wrong. And that's one of the things that I've had many people that I've spoken to with this since yesterday, that I did nothing wrong. I tried my best to prevent it from happening, and I still got it. And so my biggest fear is that my symptoms could get worse, and my biggest hope is that they will get better. And so I have to keep my faith, and I would appreciate the prayers as, my family and I are trying to get through this. It was already abnormal living this life in quarantine, but right now the last focus that I have right now is my kids' homework and having them do that, because I can't really be around them that much and guide them, and school's almost over, so I'm just wishing for that last day of school so I don't have to stress about making sure their homework gets done. You can reach out to me. I don't really have much more to say about it. I tried giving everybody info. Like I said, we're taking temps every morning and every night. We're reporting it. We're reporting changes. I did not have shortness of breath when I very first woke up this morning when I talked to them, because I had just gotten out of bed. But then as I started walking around, I noticed I had some labored breathing, and so I called the Department of Health and reported my new symptom. So I think that's pretty much all the symptoms that I have, and I'm pretty much going to be an open book with this. I'm not hiding it, and I'm not trying to scare people, knowing that someone in Carson has it. I just want people to be aware. So I hope the rest of you have a great day. And again, if you see me out walking, keep your distance, mind your business. All right, talk to you guys later.